If I take a more controversial position, I think we have to recognise that the codification of culture doesn't mean culture changes. And we have taken a view that for all the rules, regulations, laws, we still have failure. And failure often has its roots in personal failure. Most corporate failures will have the anatomy of it will be in a decision made by somebody. And it could be a small decision that escalates and escalates. So in a sense, culture is not something that the tap can be turned on now because there's a standard or there is. Culture is a long, long journey. I'm not convinced about the codification and even how you would performance manage it or performance report it, but you know it when you see it. You can tell when you smell it, you can taste it, and it's invariably down to behaviours, tone, and environment, and that can only come from the top. Part of the challenge in maintaining culture and building culture is how do you protect the culture of an organisation from the prevailing culture of the environment they're in, like the economic environment that they're in? How do you protect the culture of the organisation from any prevailing culture among investors, say, who have a different view? And also, how do you ensure that you have strategic stability, that you're not changing direction all the time and all of a sudden the values are up in the air because we've had a crisis and all of a sudden we've got to do some things absolutely differently. So at the end of the day, in ICAS, we have taken a view that it's the power of one individual that makes the difference. And that one individual could be the chairman, but it could be the receptionist. Everybody playing their part to act responsibly and with a set of values that are consistent, that do not change with time. I think part of the challenge as the leadership of organisations is to create some stability amongst people. We don't move them around all the time. We try and maintain stability so when the tone's right, you don't throw it all up in the air every now and again, as well as throw it all up in the air strategically, because tone can change in a week, in a day, actually.
It's fascinating we're sitting here today when we recognise the amount of effort and work that's gone on when we talk about culture. And actually, I'm not going to use the word culture. I genuinely think this is around character. And what we mean by character is the collective sense of the actions or behaviours, the values, and the attitudes of the individuals within any sort of collective tribe, shall I call it. Because as human beings, there is an innate desire to belong. We all want to be seen to be part of a group, a family, a unit, but a sense of identity. And when we talk about culture, I really struggle, to be honest, and many organisations that I work with are also struggling. If it were easy, we wouldn't be sitting here today and we wouldn't have, the great work that's been done, along with all the other work that's been done to try to understand why can't we fix this? Why can't we fix culture? Because it doesn't exist as an amorphous whole. It's not there to be fixed. It's there to be understood and to be broken down into its constituent parts. And it is going to require time and leadership. And within PwC, doing the right thing for our people and our clients and society is absolutely at the core and the DNA of what we stand for within our profession and within the code of ethics which I represent. And that pride I take with me, whether I'm at home, in the gym, or at work. It's holistic, and there's a sense of integrity about what we represent as an individual and as a profession. And I think that's really what we need to tap into as leaders of all organisations and any sector. Everyone is grappling with this. It's complex, but I think there is movement where there is a recognition that there is a need to get under the skin of what drives this and what's going to matter at the end of the day.